But this is too serious a situation because if it's not rectified in this generation, it's only going to get worse. And those who are older, they have less time on the planet than those who have to be subject to this. And if they didn't do it then, if they didn't correct it then, I often say, well, it was you in the civil rights movement. Why why crack got here? Because you let heroin be in your time. And you didn't, and instead of fighting against those who brought the crack in, you put it on your own people, on your own offspring, on your own next generations of people, and you put them in prison. That's that generation. So we don't have time to play around with it and talk about it. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't argue. I just ask questions. But if I can't get if I get a filibuster or I get a stonewall instead of the questions being answered, then that's, to me, my opinion, is disingenuous. So
because if we don't take care of this now, whether we are here on this earth or not, our children, right? Our children's children, our great-grandchildren, great-great-great-great-grandchildren are going to have to deal with a legacy left behind because those of us did not do what we were supposed to do. My issue is white people do a great job. All what's the term? They all kind of like carry the same like a torch. They'll hang in there together, right? Yeah. They get on the same page together when it's time. They don't have to know each other, but they will get in line when it's time, right? A united front, right? Black people need to do that. This right here is serious. We don't need a debate.
I don't need a debate. There are certain things going on because these are supposed to be peaceful protests, but there are certain groups that are infiltrating, and we talked about them before.
Right.
And is this a case of accelerationism by white nationalists? So let's continue with this, people.
It's like the police station is now has caught fire. Ryan, it's a brick building. It's got two parts to it. The part we were standing in front of was the older part of the precinct. There's a modern sort of an addition to it over here, and there are flames coming out of it. The 3rd Precinct Minneapolis Police Station is now on fire, Brian.
Right here. I said, what are you drawing? And you can tell what he's...
Now, this is Cleveland, Ohio, people. This is where we're from. So, you know, the realism that you're going to hear here, and we have a few clips from Cleveland, Ohio, but the mentality and the direction and the push for social justice is strong. Cleveland now, Carl Stokes, first black mayor of a major city, Cleveland, Ohio. All of that is running through the blood. We have the person who was within Carl Stokes' cabinet that said, "You are my color and not my kind." I mean, it really moves through our sensibility here. So watch this. And this is happening down at the Justice Center, right? And listen to how this unfolds here. This is Cleveland, Ohio.
And he said, I don't want people to do that. People shouldn't do that. He's 6 years old. And he's comprehending this. And he's 6.
Being there, not doing anything, and they started pushing back, spraying stuff and throwing stuff at us.
Spraying pepper spray, shooting tear gas on the floor at the people who were kneeling.
There was rubber bullets that they were shooting.
They threw bombs, smoke bombs.
These are all people of the community. We should not be subject by the same people that we pay salaries to mistreat us in our community just because we want to come protest.
I had to rewind back because this guy right here really lays out the thought process in Cleveland, Ohio in particular.
These are all people of the community. We should not be subject by the same people that we pay salaries to mistreat us in our community just because we want to come protest.
And I want to show you.
And see, this is where it's very important to know why these people, you're paying taxes, which pays their salary.
No matter where you are.
And it's very important that you know where their tactics originally came from. Right? Why they act the way they do. Why Caucasian person can do the same thing that a black
And get away
person
with
do it, get away with it, or they may get into a scuffle, but they're arrested, but the black body lies there dead because the Paddy Roller was dead or alive.
Right.
And because
the foundation is the same. They may be in different cities or different across different countries. It seems to be people are protesting all over the world. You know, I mean, dealing with the same situation, but here in America, specifically right now, the foundation is the same across America. So, no, the foundation is the same. It needs to be restructured. All of this reform and all this other stuff, everyone needs to have the same policy and procedures across the board.
Yeah.
As far as having a board members, there should be not the term diversity, but multicultural. And I believe the people in each community should be a part of selecting the police, selecting the programs that they're gonna police your own community. Each community, each municipality may be different, right?
See, it's no way. First of all that Irish folklore and all the Irish coat of arms and all the Irish, that needs to be stripped from all the police departments. It just needs to be stripped away. Right? It just needs to be stripped away because it was based on something that was evil, and it's still the vestiges today. Because no matter what, it doesn't matter what police department you go to, it's a harsher treatment done to black bodies, which means that they are under the Paddy Roller system.
Remember, we saw on CNN a black police commissioner retired. What did he say? He said all of the policemen all across the board are all taught the same way. They all are taught to have the same mind state. Mm-hmm. This is a former police commissioner. Wasn't of New York City.
And he says that what if it were more black police officers? He said he has seen black police officers do some heinous things to their own people because they are trained to be the Paddy Roller.
That's what he said. He said the training is the same across the board. It doesn't matter if it's a black police officer, white, Latino, Asian. He said the problem, it's the same training.